There's a comment here that I'd like to bring up. I think a few people are agreeing with it. They want to hear WaLLrus's strategy for using liquid loans, if you have one.
The HexiCat, Haunted, there's not enough strategies. You gotta hear the WaLLrus strategy too.
Yeah.
So I'll be much more reserved with it. My two favorite things, one is USDL by itself. I like the stable coin. Seeing how liquidity's performed through all this madness that's been really impactful. Like that's something, again, Jesse now has, obviously, all you guys there have really, gone through a different level of investigation on stable coins and looking through all these protocols. And, there's a reason that liquidity was chosen as the original fork, along with all the changes. So to see, it's kind of similar to Hex and some of the things we're building, to sort of see Rome burn around and USDL just do, tremendous job holding its peg. That gives me a lot of confidence. Like that's very bullish, It's one of those things there's some validation and some confirmation in seeing that kind of play out. I like a good stable coin, like that utility to be able to kind of obfuscate from price, have projects be able to use a certain percentage of their liquidity and, in the actual dexes using USDL, I think is very net positive for the ecosystem. So in some ways, I'll be using the protocol as a way to just generate USDL and use for some liquidity plays. Because again, I think it's a better stable coin. If I'm participating in systems, I want every layer of the system to be better, right? So I'd USDL than USDC. I'd rather PulseX than centralized exchanges. I'd rather Pulse Chain than ETH, right? So it's a step in the right direction in that context. The other is in just making sure that I maximize, my exposure to Pulse. There's a lot of people that have talked about it in different contexts, but especially in crypto, you can be in that bull market parabola, quit your job, Lambo, and then it crashes, and it's not that way anymore, right? So there's some of the things that I'll like to use with USDL as a way of also saying, hey, if I don't feel comfortable with the collateral level there, I'm probably not comfortable spending that funds in the first place. So in some ways, I'll also use it as a way of kind of gauging how much, whenever I want to take profit, and how much I want to have sort of not working for me and actually purchasing in good. So it'll be a little bit of a barometer for making sure that I don't overcommit toward what my portfolio looks like, using it to maximize price exposure, right? Like that's what it is. Like that's what it is in all these markets, right? That's what Grayscale, there are all these ways, right? Like I want exposure to that price go up, hyper bullish on what the coin will do. So I want all that price exposure. So, those are the three things, right? Though I like sort of the barometer side of it, making sure that if I'm needing to, again, looking at that portfolio, making sure that what I use as collateral is safe, no matter what the dips are, then that means that I'm, not taking too much off the table, being safe with my own portfolio in that way. Because again, part of it is I expect Pulse Chain to do so well that for a section of time, it's outsized in my portfolio, right? Like take a big number and big number goes up a lot, easily could end up with, like what we've seen a lot of hexagons, right? They have huge percentages of their net worth in one coin. So it's something I definitely want to take care of. And I think proper strategies, both in, how you pump number go up if you want to do things like Haunted and HexiCat. Red Squirrel's got a really great layout that he did. He's got to quit being so shy. We got to get him on stream at some point. But I think just using again as a barometer for like, hey, am I, not overcommitting, but am I overspending? Like, am I digging too much into this thing? So combination of using USDL for liquidity because I like the coin, I've seen its performance, the barometer, and then again for just maximizing my own price exposure to something I have all the faith in the world in.